No one is talking about the devastation in Gaza, the devastation in Gaza for years, for decades now. The endless brutality of the Zionists against the people of Palestine, the people of the West Bank, the people of Gaza, the people of the occupied territories. No one talks about that. The mainstream media never talks about that. They'll tell you about some Israeli grandmother or some Israeli civilian, so-called, who's been hurt or who was killed or who was mistreated or something like this in the midst of armed conflict. They'll tell you about that, but they won't tell you about the grandmothers who were shot in the head by the Israelis, the grandchildren who were shot in the head, the pregnant women at checkpoints who were shot or who die trying to deliver their children because they won't be allowed into a hospital, on and on and on. The suffering of the people of Gaza is completely acceptable to the mainstream. It's completely acceptable to the elites. It's completely acceptable to the owners and controllers of global financialized capital. But it's not acceptable to the populations of the world. It's not acceptable to the public. And you can see the difference in social media because they have to control the narrative so rigidly, so strictly, because if any element of the truth is conveyed to the public, well, the public is going to take the side of the Palestinians every time. The Israelis are not even likable people, you know? They're not even likable. Forget about how brutal and savage they are. Forget about that. Just as people, they're obnoxious, they're rude, they're crass, they have no manners. And you compare that to the Palestinians. You can't find a Palestinian who isn't kind. You can't find a Palestinian who isn't decent. You can't find a Palestinian who doesn't want peace. All they're asking for is to stop abusing us, is to stop killing us, is to stop torturing us, is to stop brutalizing us. That's all they ask, because it's completely against human nature to support what Israel does and to support what Israel is. It's completely against human nature.